What's up, guys? We're back with another replay analysis, this time of RainbowNoms. He has his name extremely weird here, but we're going to call him RainbowNoms, so that's how I know him. He's playing against some guy named Axel Toss. I've heard of this mythical champion, but I'm not sure if it's actually true or not. But we'll get right into it. Let's go over this. Let's see. He was superstar rank in 2s. He was champion in 2s, but now he's been falling hard, trying to figure out what's going wrong. Well, you're playing Axel Toss, and he's just a living legend over here. But we'll go back to the start. Patreon.com/Gibbs00, guys, if you want to get your replay analyzed. There's tiers there, free play, coaching, other stuff. I do exclusive videos there as well. So have your fun. Have your fun. Let's go back to the start. Tebow is his teammate. I think they were not teammates to start. Nope, this is just solo. Tebow, good face-off win. Actually makes a really good play here, too, off the second touch. So this is what I'm talking about. You always want to try and win the ball in front of you. He's got a really zoomed-in camera. But makes a nice play here. Just gets a little tip. Just puts that pressure on Axel Toss. But Axel Toss actually makes a pretty good play. Throwing it into the corner, wasted some time. And now his teammate basically has to go back because he has no boost. Tebow making a bad decision here. Really bad decision. Oops, a little too far forward. So he makes the tip. He's got no boost right now, but he stays. Not the greatest idea. When you have no boost in 2s, it's not a good idea to stay at all. And right there, gets baited in by the pass, and we've talked about this before. Don't get baited in by your teammate's passes. Just go back and get your boost. It's fine. You can regroup. Rainbow's heading back. Trying to make the play. Good challenge there, actually. Not letting Lee make the play that he wants to make. Little risky, though, because if Lee goes high on that, it could be trouble. But Lee goes low. Makes the play. Looks like Rainbow ran out of boost throughout that whole drive. Tebow, no! Tebow making not the greatest play there. Axel just getting away from one. Turns into a 50-50 play where Lee wins it. And this play is just Tebow is not really in the best spot in the world for it, and Lee just gets the dunk. Nice bump there, but Axel thought that there was a pass coming in, I believe. So Lee's going for the ball. He's waiting for the pass. He bumps Tebow, and it just really screws up Axel Toss. They get a little lucky there, and Rainbow gets the clear. Nice little wall play there. Trying to dribble it out now. See, again, this is what I'm talking about. Aerial dribbles on the wall. This one did not work out at all for him. Sure, like the ball gets cleared, but the ball was already cleared. Now all he did was waste all his boost and his positioning. Turns into an extremely easy clear for Lee, who just gets off the bounce. He actually could have got a better clear off this. Like if Lee hits this forward to the side, because Rainbow's not behind this ball. When you are doing an aerial dribble, you want to be directly behind the ball, so at least you'll 50-50 it. But Lee gets the touch. Not the greatest touch in the world, though, so they get a little bit lucky, but Rainbow just out of position after that and has to go back for boost. So it's not the best idea in the world to go for that aerial dribble. Good challenge here. It beats Axel Toss into the air. And this is all about who jumps first. It's all about how you can read the ball. Now, Axel Toss is closer to the wall, so it's a little bit harder of a read for him, while Rainbow gets up just in front of him. And those are just like, if you can jump first and read stuff off the wall, you are going to go places in this game. And that's basically why like a lot of the pros are so insanely good. Like they can read plays off the wall extremely early, and that'll help you so much. Nice challenge there, but good play by Tebow. Just trying to waste a little bit of time. Does so really effectively. And now Rainbow's got the ball, trying to dribble it up. It actually probably had a shot. Just his first touch is just a little too hard. If he puts that more towards the center, he can make a better dribble attempt. This play's a little bit greedy, though, afterwards. If the ball's rolling forward, he tries to go around to the side to get it in the air, so he can jump underneath it and pop it over the goalie. Doesn't really get the best touch. At that point, like, you're probably better off just drilling it right off the wall here. So if we have this here, he's probably better off just drilling it right off this sign and trying to pop it out for a teammate. Try and bait in the two goalies to think that you're going for a shot and then throw it off the wall. Maybe, like, you get lucky, and if you don't, then they just clear it into their own corner. Like, they just block it. Not the end of the world, and then you just circle back. But by going for this shot slash pass off the inside wall, it's definitely going to get blocked. There's no way. Because you're getting really, really close to the goalies, and they're going to defend that net. They're mostly worried about defending their net, so they might not be able to come out for a play like this, because they might be worried more about a shot. So you're probably better off just drilling it off the wall there. But Lee comes out, and again, it's not the end of the world, because it just pushes it around the corner. Kibo is still there to make some sort of play. It doesn't really work out, but he throws it nice and high and out. One play here that is actually done really well by Kibo is when you're going back for boost and the other guy is trying to come up on the ball, you want to be the one that jumps. Don't make the other guy try and avoid you. You should be double jumping or whatever to get out of his way so you don't screw up his play. So great play there by Kibo. Like, those are the little things that maybe some people don't realize to do, but the guy that's going back should always be the one to jump because he's not the one trying to make a play on the ball. So good play there by Kibo. And then Kibo circles around, getting ready for the next play. Doesn't really work out. It's actually a really, really poor shot. It's really low and right to the goalie, so it's going to be really hard to clear by Lee. Rainbow's got to go up for this. Does so really, really well. He waits it out first to just get a better position on it. He wasn't too worried about the attacker because he was too far away from the ball. Just pokes it to the side, and then Axel Toss just with the whiff here. I'm going to have to talk to him about this when I see him next, but those plays are tough because when it's just about to hit the corner, they're really hard to read. So you try and force yourself to beat the ball to the corner so you can make a play. The problem is if you go too early or too late mostly, then you're kind of screwed. But I understand why you would go for a play like that because those corners are really hard to read sometimes, and you're better off trying to meet the ball there instead of waiting for that bounce. Just got to be careful with your timing, that's all. Nice little flick here. Beautiful second touch. And that's going to be an own goal. So this play is great. It actually screws up Axel a lot. This first little flick, Axel is not ready for at all. And then it's a great idea to try and attack that ball off the wall. And once again, I say this. If you can attack the balls when they're going off the wall, you have a really good chance there. He gets it first. It beats out Axel. And then Lee was also coming out for it. So basically he beats two cars with that one little touch. And it was a pretty decent pass, but Lee just panics here. There's no one around. I'm trying to see if he could tell. Yeah, you can kind of tell that the other guy's not that close. He might have had more time. It would be tough because like Rainbow's there too to finish it off. So he tries to make the backwards aerial save. It doesn't really work out. And Axel's definitely cursing under his breath right about now. So that's 2 goals pretty quickly. 2 mistakes. And sometimes that's all it is in Rocket League, is just trying to capitalize on mistakes rather than making plays yourself. Like, you could argue that Rainbow's play was a play made. This play here is pretty much a play made by Lee. Kibo actually, I'm not sure what Kibo did here. I want to look at what Kibo does. He goes up for this. Oh, he rolls onto the corner of the wall. Yeah, you can't jump from those corners. It's not going to end well, and that's what happened there, and really screwed him up. And another mistake, basically, gets another goal. Lee did make a pretty good touch off the wall, but mostly a mistake there. So 3 goals, 3-ish mistakes. Oh, Kibo trying the mind game? Was this a mind game? I think it might have been. Or did he just whiff? He might have just whiffed. I think he wanted a pop off the front of his car, but lightly to Rainbow. And that Batmobile is just so small that it doesn't work out. Lee. Ooh, I'm not sure what happened here. Check it out. Axel and Rainbow kind of contest each other. Axel tosses first hit. It's not the greatest. He actually whiffs on it off the wall. So he does the smart thing there and tries to bring it up the wall. Problem is he boosts right as he's going up the wall. And sometimes it's hard to turn on those curves. And just goes a little bit past it. Tries to make up for it. Kind of does, but not really. It goes right to Kibo. The problem is Lee was thinking that Axel will hit that forward. But when you're turning around and they're about to shoot, you should be turning around to face your net, not face away from it. So really, really bad turning around from Lee. And ends in a goal. I haven't said too much bad stuff about Rainbow so far. He's been doing okay in this game. It's not terrible. Alright, so this face-off is basically cheat versus goalie. Goalie won out on that one barely. Kibo, pretty good save because he was already moving up. That's hard to read. Alright, Rainbow has time, tries to make use of it. Not the greatest use. I think he got a little scared. Like, he thought about going for a dribble, but when he saw Lee slowly creep in, I think that's where Rainbow got a little bit scared and just wanted to clear it out. The problem with this hit, like, I'm going to pause it right before he hits it. Alright, right here. So, let's look at the opposition here. We have Axel Toss facing this way, driving this way. Lee's kind of too close to really do much, but he's driving this way. What you should be trying to do is pop this ball. Let me see. Colors. Here we go. He basically wants to pop this ball this way into this corner. Well, I guess more like that. Because Axel Toss is facing the opposite way, so it's going to take him a pretty long time to turn around, or he won't have as much momentum like if he comes back for this ball. And Lee is so close, you don't really have to worry about him. He's just going to be driving back as well. The only thing you really don't want to do is just throw it back that way, right towards where Axel Toss is. My arrows are pretty bad. And that's basically what he does here. The last option is, as long as you hit it really high, then it really doesn't matter where you hit it. As long as it's super high and goes into their general direction, then you're okay as well there. But instead he kind of hits it, not the highest, it's like mid-range height. And that's right towards where Axel Toss was driving anyway. Turns into a pretty quality shot. Axel Toss just doesn't get the best hit on it. And Kibo with the save. But one thing that was good from Axel is the ball was still in the air. So it made Kibo's hit a lot worse than what it could have been. And so it allowed Lee to be able to try and make another clear, which Lee obviously fails at here. But Kibo's hit was also pretty high too, so that's another thing. Lee should have been able to make a better play, but good position in there. Noticing that Lee's probably going to get a bad hit, and Rainbow moves up on it. Pretty good job. All right, go along the wall. Doesn't work out, but that's fine. Like, failed passes happen all the time in twos, but again, I've said this a lot recently. Kibo, once the pass fails, you need to get out. He's like a little bit too close, I think, for that when you're up 3-1. And he's just not in a great spot. Luckily, they don't hit it fast enough, so Rainbow does make it back in time. But you always got to be careful. Sure, your teammate's passing to you, but it doesn't mean just drop everything and go for the goal. Like, you still got to worry about what happens if it fails. And right there, it failed pretty hard. And around this level, once again, like, it's going to fail more times. The lower you get in ranks, the more passes will fail. So you just got to be worried about that. Like, Grand Champion, sure, like, more successful passes will happen. There'll also be better defense, though, too, to tie along with it. So this is another bad corner read. He tries to get back to get in a good position. And I actually thought he was in a really good spot. He just reads the ball poorly off the corner. It's going to happen. It's just, with time, like, you start reading those better and better. There's not really much you can do to practice those. It just kind of happens. So this is actually a really good play by Rainbow. Throws it up high and around the wall. But the best part about this play is he doesn't fly for it. He knows that he's probably going to lose this aerial, so he just doesn't fly. He does move up a little bit to test the warders of the other team, or Lee's aerial. But he doesn't fly, so he can easily circle around and get into a good spot. This play's not good at all. This is worrisome. Like, right when this happens, it's tough because Axel is also trying to make a play, but you got to try and pin that ball along the wall, not throw it right back out to midfield, because both of you went for the same ball, you and Kibo. Lee making the plays, and that's a solid goal because of how Rainbow hit it. Now, it was tough because it was a tough challenge. But those are the plays that then, like, maybe don't challenge that play and pull back instead. Wait for Axel's next touch, because it's going to be a poor touch because Kibo was right on him instead of going for that risky challenge. Nice little back flip, diagonal grab boost. Once again, practicing those to grab the boost faster is always a good idea. And decent challenge, goes right to Kibo. Kibo gets the easy clear. This play's dangerous. That play's a very dangerous play. He actually goes up this wall really early when Lee could have been going up the wall as well. Like, Lee is about to go up the wall, and that's Lee's ball for sure. But Lee doesn't go for it. but Rainbow whiffs on it. And luckily, Kibo does get back pretty quickly. So it is pretty nice. He did land really cleanly on that wall, but if he didn't, then that'd be a little bit of a rougher play. It still turns into a rough play, just a whiff here, and then Lee with the dribbles gets a nice little flick, and Kibo just barely can't make this play. So Kibo trying to get back in time, trying to read when he should go. That should be a save. I think he just ran out of boost there. Otherwise, that's a save. But nice little pop by Lee. And again, Lee just hit it like basically into the air, and it turns into a goal. Like even right around champion ranks, if you can get the ball elevated towards the goal, there's a good chance of scoring. Here we go. Ooh, I thought he was going to go for a double touch here. Right when he makes his first touch, it's not the greatest first touch, and Kibo also goes for it, but right here, like I thought he was going to use boost to try and just get that double hit and push it down the field. Whenever like you can get one of these double hits off the wall, it surprises the other team a ton, and they will normally go for the normal hit, and you'll beat them quite easily. But doesn't get it off there. So it wasn't the greatest play, but Lee didn't do much with it either. Now Kibo's going for the aerial dribble. This is really, really risky. 3-3 game, and Rainbow tries to come up with Kibo to help this out. He gets really lucky that that ball isn't just won completely by axle toss. This is a really risky play with 15 seconds left. Since Kibo's in the air, you kind of just have to let him do his thing and see where the ball winds up. But this could have been really, really bad. Luckily, it doesn't end badly, and Kibo gets an insanely good 50-50 there. That block is really, really good. It's really clutch, too, because both of them were not in any position to make a next play. Now they're trying to push forward, but we're going to overtime. Let's see what happens here. I want to make sure it is the real axle toss. Yeah, it is. Okay. RLC analyst. Nice little flick. So this first play, not great. It goes center. But nice play by Kibo to defend it. Lee, see right there, the ball was kind of right on top of him, so it's hard to fight it off and move it in any direction that really does much. Luckily, it does work out for him to an extent. They lose ball possession, but it doesn't end in a goal. All right, Kibo and him are both in net. Kibo's got a challenge first. He does it well. Rainbow should start moving up a little bit here, but it worked out because Axel bumped out Kibo, so good read by Rainbow to not move up at first. And of course, when it's overtime, a lot of players are going to play more passive because they don't want to give up that golden goal. So it's just the way it is. Like, I wish we had stats on that for like RLCS. Like, I want average time of the first goal for every single game and average time of the overtime goal. I bet the overtime goal is a lot longer, but we'll never know. Never know. Well, until we start looking at times of goals, I guess. But all right, we'll continue. Oh, bad ball by Lee. That should be a goal. So those are the plays you got to score. When they give you a wide open net like that, like on a huge mistake, you just got to drive that in. This is just a wide open shot. He has all the time in the world, too. He could have actually tried to hit the first touch softer, so then in case it is a miss, then he could follow it up. There was Axel Toss trying to get back as quick as he could, so that could have been a problem. Kibo, another clutch save towards the end of this game. He's had a lot of them early on, but Kibo's not in a great spot here. And then it's not the greatest idea to go for a demo there. Like, Rainbow doesn't really have a shot in that situation. He has more of a pass. So it's not the greatest idea to go for a demo when the other player is probably going to pass it instead of shoot. Ooh, that was iffy. So this one I don't blame Rainbow for not getting the shot, because Lee almost got that touch. And that's scary to even think about. I'm surprised he didn't try and defend it more. But he hits it soft enough. And like I said, when both people pressure, like if you hit it soft enough that the other player or yourself can follow it up and then change its direction, Kibo does there. Kibo coming in clutch towards the end of that game. And poor Axel Toss. Oh, look at that, man. Trying to get back as far as he can. Trying to use all his boost. And his road to champion took one game longer because, well, I guess technically 2 games longer. But he did finally get there. But that'll do it for RainbowNoms, his replay analysis. I hope he got something out of it. I hope you guys got some stuff out of it. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for all the support on Patreon. Thanks for the support on YouTube. I guess Twitter and Twitch as well. Sorry, I haven't been streaming as much. It's hard shuffling baby around. So, but yeah, thanks guys for watching. We'll see you next time. Later.